Welcome back, everybody. Congratulations on making it through Unit 2. It was a long one. There were times when I wasn't even sure I was going to make it through. Let's keep rolling and move right into Unit 3, starting with 3.1, Boolean expressions. We'll see if it's true when I say that Boolean expressions are going to be a lot of fun. Our only concept this unit is Boolean expressions. Our learning objective, we want to be able to evaluate Boolean expressions that use relational operators in program code. Did you ever notice that sometimes when you have a conversation with somebody, it's just easier to speak in true-false expressions? In computer science, these are known as Boolean expressions, and we are going to see how to create them. Here we see two numbers, a 3 and a 2, with a box in the middle. We want to know how these numbers relate. Go ahead and draw a symbol in the box that shows how 3 relates to 2. I decided to use the greater than symbol because 3 is greater than 2. Remember, when deciding which way to turn the symbol, just picture it as a shark's mouth and the shark wants to eat the bigger number. So here we see two Boolean expressions. A Boolean expression is just an expression that's going to evaluate to a Boolean value. One way that we create Boolean expressions is using relational operators. A relational operator is an operator that compares two expressions. So each of these Boolean expressions will evaluate to a Boolean value. The one on the left where we are saying 3 is greater than 2, that will just evaluate to the Boolean value of true, where the one on the left where we are saying 3 is less than 2, that will evaluate to the Boolean value of false. So we use relational operators to create Boolean expressions which evaluate to Boolean values. This aligns with our essential knowledge. An expression involving relational operators evaluates to a Boolean value. We mentioned a relational operator. There are 6 relational operators in Java. What we see now is how we would write those relational operators in mathematics. Our first relational operator is equal to, where we compare one expression to another expression. In math, we write that with one equal sign. We already use that operator as our assignment operator. So to test equality in Java, our equal to operator is 2 equal signs in a row. If we want to test if one expression is not equal to another expression in math, we draw an equal sign with a slash through it. But if you take a second to look down at your keyboard, you will notice that that symbol is not on your keyboard. So when we are programming to write that operator, we use an exclamation mark and then an equal sign. The exclamation mark meaning not, and then the equal sign meaning equal to. Greater than in mathematics is the mouth opening up to the left. In Java, that one is the same thing. Greater than or equal to in math is the mouth opening up to the left with a horizontal line underneath it. Again, that is not a symbol on our keyboard. So when we are programming, we write the greater than sign first and then the equal sign immediately after it. The greater than sign needs to come first, the equal sign then comes second. If you look at it, it reads like you would say it, greater than or equal to. Less than, in mathematics, it's the mouth opening to the right. In Java, it's the same. Less than or equal to, it is the mouth opening to the right and then the equal sign. So when you look at it and read it, it reads less than or equal to. So we have 6 new operators that we can use in our code. Of course, whenever we learn a new operator, we want to know precedence when it evaluates in relation to the other operators that we have. 4 of those operators are at level 9. That is our less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Those are all evaluated at the same level in order that they appear in our expression from left to right. At a slightly lower precedence at level 8, evaluated after those 4, we have our equal to operator and our not equal to operator. Using those relational operators, we make Boolean expressions that are going to evaluate to true or false. We have a more complete precedence table on the right-hand side where we slotted in those 6 new relational operators. Let's go through these Boolean expressions. Take a second and see if you can determine if these Boolean expressions will evaluate to true or false. The first Boolean expression that we created is 3 is greater than 2. That will evaluate to true. Our second Boolean expression is 22 is less than or equal to 2.2. That will evaluate to false. Our next one is 22 is equal to 22.0. We see one number is an integer, one number is a decimal. Mathematically, they are equivalent values. Will this evaluate to true or false in Java? This will evaluate to true. We compare values, not data types. Our next Boolean expression is saying that 3 is not equal to 3. That will evaluate to false. Followed by 3 is greater than 10 minus 8. We have two operators in that expression. We have the greater than operator and we have the minus operator. We have to look at our precedence table to see which one we evaluate first. The subtraction operator has a higher level of precedence at an 11 than the greater than symbol that has a precedence of 9. We would do that subtraction first. 10 minus 8 evaluates to 2. We are left with 3 is greater than 2, which is true. If we tried to evaluate the greater than sign first, we would say 3 is greater than 10, which would have evaluated out to false. And then we would have had a minus 8 hanging out there, not being able to subtract from anything. On the next line, we are calling a math method using the dot operator. The dot operator has one of the highest level of precedences that we know at level 16. That method will evaluate first. The POW method takes the first parameter and raises it to the power of the second parameter. So 2.0 raised to the power of 3.0 is 8.0. We are asking if that is greater than or equal to 8, and that is true. In the final box, we are declaring a Boolean value named isFun, and we are assigning it the value of true. On the next line, we are asking if isFun is equal to true. Well, isFun in memory is true. We are asking if true is equal to true. That will evaluate to true. That aligns with our essential knowledge. Arithmetic expression values can be compared using relational operators, and an expression involving relational operators evaluates to a Boolean value. That's it for Boolean expressions. Rate how you feel on that learning objective. Read over your recap statements. Hit me up with any questions or concerns that you have regarding this concept. Join us in our next video, and keep programming.